This is why UFC fighters are actually scared of Paddy Pimblett.
Dude, he's legit. How can I deny him anymore?
Maybe not some people's eyes, but Paddy's fucking skilled.
Like, I think one day he will be a champion.
Undefeated in the UFC and with a dominant win over Michael Chandler at UFC 314, Paddy Pimblett has gone from hype train to legit contender, and he's looking more dangerous than ever. Now as the 7th ranked UFC lightweight, he's likely just one win away from facing Islam Makhachev for lightweight gold. And today we'll be looking at Paddy Pimblett's short but impressive UFC career and how he's become the superstar and fan favourite that he is today. Paddy Pimblett joined the UFC's lightweight division in 2021 with a lot of hype and a 16-3 record, and before he even debuted, he knew the UFC would love him.
Look at me, I've got the personality, the look, and I can fight. I'm a marketer's wet dream, so I knew the UFC were always going to come calling for me.
Pimblett's first UFC opponent, Luigi Vendramini, wasn't a fan of all that confidence and even thought it would be Paddy's biggest weakness.
I feel he's too confident, talk too much, and this is the key. He gonna get one trap, you know. He gonna run on me like he thinks me nothing. I think this is my key for this fight.
On fight night, Vendramini nearly ended the show by rocking Paddy with a big shot, leaving him on shaky legs, but the Brit bounced back and knocked the Brazilian out cold in the first round, making a wild but powerful entrance into the UFC.
The new king's here, lad. This is what I was put on this earth to do, lad. Entertain people and beat people up, and it's what I do. I only had 5 hours sleep last night. Doesn't mean nothing to me.
Even though Paddy's UFC debut ended in a win, a lot of people pointed out how badly he got hurt and doubted if he could hang around for long, but he was about to silence all critics after his next performance. Heading into his next fight, a lot of people, including his opponent Kazula Vargas, believed Paddy was overhyped.
Como todos, pero también tiene cosas que dices, what the f.
He's got good things, but he's got a lot of bad things as well, so.
So you feel he's overrated as a fighter?
A lo mejor no es tan bueno.
It's probably overrated.
Paddy didn't pay attention to the doubters because he knew exactly who he was and what he came to do.
I want to be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And that's just the way I see it. I've said that since I was 16. I don't do this sport for anything else. I do it to prove that I'm the best. And I'm going to take another step forward to doing that on Saturday night when I cave Vargas' skull in.
Unlike his first fight where he got into serious trouble, Paddy's bout with Vargas was smooth sailing as he dominated and finished Vargas with a slick submission in the first round. The Brit's confidence was sky high after the win, and he even started calling out big names like Conor McGregor.
Anyone on this roster got offered to fight Conor McGregor, they're saying, yeah, you're getting pure dough in pay-per-view points. Get that cash money in, yo.
Pimblett didn't land his dream fight with Conor McGregor, but with now 2 wins in the promotion, all he had to do was keep winning and he'd soon see himself fighting bigger names in the promotion. So when he got matched up against Jordan Levitt in his next fight, he was sure to keep the hype going. Heading into the fight, things were already tense as Levitt kicked things off by taking a few early shots at Paddy.
I didn't really know about Paddy until his debut, so I don't think I'm going to be starstruck. I don't really see him as a star. He's just a guy that's 0-2 in the UFC, and he fought some guys that had losing records in the UFC, and there's plenty of guys in the roster like that. So I'm just kind of trying to separate this fight from the Flash, and you know, on paper, I'm not too interested in this matchup, to be honest. So.
When asked for his prediction, Levitt said he was planning a quick finish followed by some twerking to celebrate.
Just so we can make sure we still have the headline. The plan is still to knock him out and twerk on him afterwards?
Yeah, finish the fight, twerk, go home.
Paddy fired back by warning Levitt that if anyone would be celebrating, it'd be him, and he'd be sure to teabag Levitt after getting the win.
Is there a chance you twerk over him if he gets
I want to teabag him, lad. I want to teabag him like it's Modern Warfare 2.
For the uninitiated at home, what is teabagging?
I want to squat as close to his head as I possibly can without the ref shouting at me.
Okay.
Just squat up and down, like I'm on Modern Warfare 2, lad.
Since Levitt decided to fire shots at Pimblett first, Pimblett didn't hold back with the trash talk.
Justin Levitt, you've talked about him a lot this week. Why do you think that Why is it Justin Levitt? Why
See, it just shows, doesn't it? No one knows who this crab is. His name's Jordan Levitt. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry, Jordan Levitt.
Just shows what an absolute bum he is, and no one even knows who he is. He had 12,000 followers when the fight with me got announced. Now he's got 30.
Yeah.
That's just because my haters following him. But it's going to be hilarious, lad, when I absolutely flatline him and put him to sleep.
The fight was initially competitive, with both guys having their moments, but it was Pimblett who came out on top, submitting Levitt in the second round before teabagging him as promised, and locking in his third straight UFC win. In his next fight, Pimblett took on a big step up in competition with a 19-5 veteran in Jared Gordon, and this was about to be the closest fight to ending the baddie's hype train yet. Heading into the fight, many had warned him that Gordon was no easy test.
He says he's going to knock him out in the first round. I don't know about that. I honestly don't think he will knock him out inside the first round. But this is going to be a tough fight. Jared Gordon's no walk in the park.
As just stated, Pimblett predicted a first round knockout and was full of confidence before the fight.
And you mentioned the Charles beat him in the first round and you want to do that too. So is your prediction first round stoppage?
Yeah. As always, you know what I mean? If you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you, are they?
Pimblett went on claiming that his style was so unique, it was hard for anyone to prepare for.
You can't prepare to fight me, lad. You can't get a sparring partner who can come in and spar like me. I've got weird striking, weird wrestling and weird jiu-jitsu. I'm a little weirdo.
Gordon had plenty of confidence of his own and wasn't buying into the Paddy hype.
I know what's going to happen.
So what's going to happen?
I'm going to drown him.
At UFC 282, Gordon started strong, landing sharp left hooks and out-grappling Pimblett early on, but Pimblett picked up the pace in round 2, landing clean punches and chopping leg kicks. In the final round, Gordon pressed forward, controlling the clinch and scoring a takedown, but Paddy finished the fight in a strong spot, however unable to finish the fight before time. After a well-contested 3 rounds, Pimblett won by a unanimous decision, but the MMA world wasn't happy.
I thought Paddy Pimblett lost. I really did. I thought Jared Gordon won the 3rd round. I thought Jared Gordon won the 1st round.
I thought Jared won. You know, commiserations to Jared. Well done to Paddy. It was a close fight. It wasn't a robbery, you know.
Gordon was pretty frustrated with the scorecards, feeling like he had done enough to win, especially after controlling much of the fight.
I believe 99.99% of the world thinks I won, including myself and, like you said, besides 3 other people, or maybe 4 other people. So, you know, I could wallow in my crap, or I could take it in stride and try to build off of it, and that's literally my only option.
Despite the backlash, Paddy stood his ground, refusing to back down or admit that he'd stolen a fair win from Gordon.
Jared just tweeted a few minutes ago saying, you know, I was robbed and everyone knows it. There's a few other fighters who have tweeted out like worst decision in UFC history and things along those lines. Why do you feel that maybe the outsider perspective is so far against you as far as how this fight unfolded?
Because I'm me, lad. It's just because it's me. I don't care what anyone says, lad. When you look back in the history books, I've got the little green marker next to my name with a W, so everyone else can suck me arsehole.
After his closest fight yet, Paddy had a lot to prove to redeem himself in fans' eyes, so in his next fight, he got matched up against UFC legend Tony Ferguson and was sure to get everyone back onto his hype train. Heading into UFC 296, Ferguson was the instigator and talked a lot of trash in the press conference.
Is this personal for you against Paddy Pimblett?
No way, it's not personal. I just gotta teach this kid a little lesson, man. This shit's fucking real. I ain't no fucking meme. He's gonna have the real fucking shit on Saturday. And make his face a ketchup sandwich, motherfucker. Better quit smiling, bitch.
Does the hype around Paddy match the talent that he brings to the octagon?
I didn't know this kid had hype. I don't know what fucking hype is. I'm gonna be real. I just do my own fucking thing. So any person that has the courage to sign the dot on the dotted line knows what the fuck they're getting into.
Paddy was unusually quiet the whole way leading up to the fight, but with non-stop trash talk, Tony eventually got under his skin.
He has nothing to gain from this fucking fight. In his mind, he already lost.
Me? I've already lost. Whatever, you sausage.
Your own country doesn't even like you, dude.
Lad, just because everyone likes you here, lad, it's going to be funny when you're on the floor asleep on Saturday night.
I don't even fucking care about you, dude. I don't even...
I know you don't. I don't care about you. You're just another obstacle in the way, lad.
You care about me blocking you on Instagram.
Saturday, lad.
That's what you care about. You care about the most stupidest shit.
No, I don't.
I'm worried about everybody else.
Lad, you must care because you blocked me. I'm not that much of a little pussy to block someone on Instagram.
You know what? I'm not that sensitive, bitch. I didn't even have to fucking look at you.
Little sensitive boy. Don't call me a little boy. I made you my little boy, making you block.
Go make me a cup of tea, bitch.
Oh, Jesus. Your head's gone, lad. You need to grow up. You're about 14 in the head, you little nit.
And to wrap things up, Paddy ended the press conference predicting what was about to happen to Tony.
But when I'm standing over your unconscious body on Saturday night like Michael Chandler, you'll know who the fucking boy is.
Baby. Keep dreaming, baby. Keep fucking dreaming, dude. That shit is not gonna happen. Ketchup sandwich, I'm gonna cut you so fucking bad they're gonna have to stitch you up.
When the cage door closed, Pimblett rocked Ferguson early and then dominated him with wrestling for 3 straight rounds, scoring a one-sided, unanimous decision victory, putting him back on the map.
In his last 8 fights, only me and Michael Chandler have dropped him, you know what I mean? So, take good things away from it. I blew me load a little bit at the end of the first trying to finish him, so I was feeling a little bit in the second and third, but as I say, I still got on top of him and ground and pounded him and dominated the fight, so I'm happy.
Pimblett was happy with how he performed, but not everyone agreed as some analysts weren't impressed.
He told us that he had made all these improvements in his striking and he was going to keep his chin down as he approached the striking. It just looked the same.
With the kind of reputation and popularity Pimblett carried, he knew decision wins just wouldn't cut it, and now was his opportunity to enter the lightweight top 15, so when he faced Bobby King Green next, he made sure that the fight wouldn't make it to the bell again. The tension between Paddy Pimblett and King Green had been building long before the fight was even booked, with Green taking shots at Paddy's skills and mocking his style.
I don't watch his fights, so I really don't know much about the guy. I just see him doing this little thing. I'm like, who does that? Who does that?
Have you ever met him?
No.
Was there a UFC where you were sitting behind him? I remember you were filming him.
Oh yeah, but it said we never met. He was being a little vagina. He didn't want to look at me or give me the attention. So I'm gonna get your attention sooner or later.
Green even claimed that the difference between Paddy and himself was that the UFC was promoting Paddy simply because he's popular, whereas Green had to earn his spot in the organization.
UFC's working with him, giving him every opportunity. They're building you. I had to earn it. They had to put me through the fire. I've been forged by fire. They built you, you know, and there's a difference between us too. Everybody wants to see him get his ass kicked.
Paddy clapped back at Green, saying the real difference between them was that he wins fights and knows how to get the fans hooked.
Talk shit, lad. Know what I mean? I made myself, lad. I promote myself. I win me fights. Know what I mean? He tried to say that I'm a spoiled kid. Know what I mean? It's mad. Just because I put bums on seats, lad, I got a pair of shorts and you never. Don't need to cry.
Pimblett was fired up by Green's trash talk, and he had only one thing on his mind.
And now I want to come out and try and take his head off his fucking shoulders.
When the cage door shut, both men exchanged vicious low kicks, but Pimblett was sharper, dropping Green and forcing him to go for a takedown. Paddy defended it like a pro, then locked in a guillotine, smoothly transitioned to a triangle choke, and put the veteran to sleep in the first round. Despite all the heat leading up to the fight, Pimblett gave Green credit afterwards, praising him for being a tough and game opponent.
Yeah, it's nothing but respect with Bobby. Hopefully, when I get back to the hotel, we get to see each other and have a little ale with each other or something.
Bobby too was humble in defeat.
I had a bad night. No excuses. It happens. I live by a code, kill or be killed. Today I got killed.
After 6 wins in the UFC and now a top 15 ranking, many felt Paddy was ready for a big name opponent, and the UFC clearly agreed as he landed a fight against number 7 ranked Michael Chandler next, and the baddie was about to put on the most impressive fight of his whole career. Chandler, who had faced top-tier fighters like Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and Dustin Poirier, was the ideal benchmark for Pimblett. Chandler, however, believed he was too experienced and skilled for the rising star.
Hey man, all respect to what Paddy has done in this sport, man. He has earned this spot to be in this spot. but I have proven over the last couple decades that I deserve to be in this spot as well. Right here in Miami, Florida, UFC 314. I'm coming to steal the show. This is the people's main event, and I can't wait to do it. Let's go. I'm going to find that chin, and I'm going to find that chin early.
Paddy wasn't lacking in confidence either, and he was ready to prove he belonged at the top.
I've got so many different ways that I can win this fight. You know, everyone thinks that I'm going to get knocked out because I leave me chin high. But I told you, this chin's made of granite, lad. I'm not getting knocked out. I've never been knocked out before, but Mike has, and I'll do it again tomorrow.
At UFC 314, it was all Paddy. He backed up every word, lighting Chandler up on the feet, smashing him with brutal knees, and then stuffing him on the ground with relentless ground and pound to secure a dominant win by TKO, undoubtedly his most impressive career win to date. But even after a dominant performance like that, Paddy wasn't even sure if he had done enough to silence the critics.
Do you think this is the performance that's going to silence some of those critics?
Probably not, lad. You know what I mean? Every fight I have, the goalposts get moved. It's one of them. I'm used to it. I said it before the fight. Once I beat him, people will be like, oh, he was 2-4 in the UFC, he's washed, he's 38. So they'll probably say the same, but I don't give a flying fuck. I'm going to be ranked 7 on Monday, so suck a dick.
Contrary to what Paddy might think, more people believe in him now than ever before.
UFC knows what they're doing, and if they supporting Paddy, it's for a reason. So next opponent of Paddy Pimblett will be Charles or Gaethje for sure.
The man's applying himself. He's taking this seriously. He's working his ass off. Yeah, he blows up a bit in between fights, but so what? The man's training, he's learning, he's evolving, he's getting better all the time. And that was a classic performance. His striking looked better than ever. He essentially ended up out wrestling Michael Chandler, beat the shit out of him, dominated him in every single position, and then finished him in an ultra vicious way.
With his win over Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett has definitely put himself in pole position for a title shot, and just one more win could seal the deal. Do you think Paddy can go all the way? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel and check out 50 times where cocky UFC fighters got humbled by their opponents.